Hi. Nervous to do anything like this because I don't normally do stuff like this. I don't know if anyone will watch, and I don't know if this will help anybody, but I wanted to put my journey out there for anyone who could be going through anything similar. Yeah, I suppose really an introduction's better. So my name is Nikki. I'm a mother of 3. I currently am not working due to my health conditions. Yeah. So, talk about my health conditions. I'm really sorry. I'm very nervous. First video. So health conditions. Basically, all started almost 13 years ago with the birth of my son. So during the pregnancy with that, actually, I was getting quite severe back pains and just to the point where it would leave me in bed and I couldn't be bending over and things like that. Settled down after he was born, but then was told, too fat, gotta lose weight. I mean, doctors' go-to thing, right? So yeah, carried on, and then everything sort of got worse with each pregnancy to the point with my third one. The only way I knew I was pregnant was because my back was really sore and I was like, oh, this pain is very familiar. So yeah, along came my little girl. And since then, I have been back and forth from the GP. So I'd say, yeah, grand total 13 years. And, well, Renesmee will be 8 soon. So I'd say back and forth from hospital for about 8 years, probably. Now, I did everything I was told because I started losing weight, started working out, and they were giving me steroid injections in my hip to try and help anything that was going on there, but they would never give me a diagnosis. Or at least not a proper one. I'd get told so many different things. And obviously don't Google things because I Google things and it's never any good. So yeah, doing everything I was meant to do and still nothing got better till about 2 years ago when I was working and I was a nursery assistant, which was great because it took me 3 years and a lot of stress to finally get my level 3 certificate. So I was loving life, and then everything went downhill and I was at a much smaller weight than I am now, and it still just went downhill. Ended up having more steroid injections, ones that were much more invasive, where I would have to go to places like Bath Hospital, which, you know, they were great and nice, but again, no diagnosis that I could pinpoint. And all this time taking all different medications. So I basically have a rainbow of decorations. This is another thing because of my condition. An array of colours of medications. So I take about 14 tablets a day, which still doesn't hold the pain back and everything. So, but finally getting somewhere with diagnosis. I have a hip impingement, which I'm probably sure you guys can Google and find out about that, but it's basically just a part of my bone that hangs over my ball joint of my hip too much. So that's catching and grabbing my nerves. And then I have also chronic fatigue, insomnia, which has now been 2 years, so I could go for like 4 days with no sleep, sleep for a couple of hours one night, and then go back to a vicious circle until I think I'm that exhausted that I end up having to sleep during the day, which wasn't easy when you're working because you really had to keep going. Yeah, Also, I found out, which was a complete accident, when they were doing an MRI on my hip, they managed to see the base of my spine, and I had multiple fractures in 2 of my bottom vertebrae. So, makes sense why my back's so bad down there. So those diagnoses, probably about a year ago, maybe. And then just recently I have been diagnosed with fibromyalgia, because over the past couple of months the pain was getting increasingly bad, but it wasn't just in the same areas it always has been. It was sending electric shocks up my spine. My fingers, like on their bad days, are painful, my toes, to the point where I can't even have my duvet, which sucks. So about 2 weeks ago I gave in to my conditions and decided to stop work, because as much as I love my job, I loved the people I work with, I love the children that I had there, it just got too much for me, which sucks because I feel like I worked so hard to get to that point. So yeah, I'm still under investigation for MS, but I'm trying to work through these conditions and just try and keep it as lighthearted as possible, and you know, just accept the fact that I can't do everything that I want to do, which is hard, because things like just even cooking my kids dinner, I managed to do it last night because their dad wasn't here, and it was hard. Just standing up for too long in one place, and the stirring with my wrists and things like that, which then again kind of impacts me as a mum anyway, because my kids know not to even come to me now, which sucks. They go straight to their dad, and I couldn't fault their dad. Like, he is amazing for putting up with me and for doing everything from the housework and dropping kids off, picking them up, all the cooking. I've just shown that recently it's not been easy to do anything, and it sucks. Yeah. But stop being a negative Nelly. Need to be a positive Polly. So yeah. So I thought this channel of mine, very new to me, you know, is a good step in the right direction. If anyone else is suffering with this, it'd be nice to hear from you guys and tell me some tips, because it's all brand new to me. But also I think it will help people to understand what a person with fibromyalgia is like on any different day, because it is literally different from every day. As to the point of, like, let's say yesterday was a good day. You know, there wasn't too much pain. I didn't nap in the day. Quite proud of that. But today, toes are sore. I'm tired. I just started doing some washing up a minute ago and had to stop just because it got too much. So every day is different. Every task is different. But I want to keep going, and I want everyone to be able to speak openly about it. Please be nice in your comments. I can't deal with negative Nellies. And yeah, I'd like to hear other people's stories. So hopefully I will film some things, hopefully on a daily basis, just to show the difference from day to day. Like, some days, you know, could be stuck in bed. Other days could be up and moving a bit more. Sorry. But yes, I will post some other bits from a secret journal sort of diary thing that I was keeping over the past like 2 years, that I was doing on Facebook that I don't think anyone really knew about apart from one of my friends. So I'll post a few of those things. Again, please be nice in your comments. It's my first time doing this. And yeah, I will be back. Have a good day.